the Dodgers and Angels.
It's the Freeway Series on Fox from Angel Stadium in Anaheim. Fans filing in. Andre Ethier of the Dodgers leads the National League and runs batted in. Albert Pujols of the Angels on fire over the last month. It's the second of a three-game weekend series on Baseball Night in America. The Dodgers, the Angels on Fox. And a good evening, everybody. I'm Kenny Albert. Welcome to Baseball Night in America. The Angels erased a 5-run deficit last night. Came back to defeat the Dodgers 8-5 in the series opener. As I welcome in my partner, former Dodger, Eric Karros. Eric, it was 20-year-old Mike Trout with the big blow for the Angels last night. Gave the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim a 6-5 lead with his 7th home run in the 4th inning.
Yeah, you know, there is an awful lot of hype with Mike Trout, but I'm here to tell you some facts. And the facts are, since his recall, the Angels are 33-18. Since May 1st, he leads American League hitters in batting average, has been on base more than any other American League player, and in all of baseball has scored more runs. The guy's been great. We're going to get an opportunity to see him this afternoon. I should say this evening. We're also going to get a chance to see him in Kansas City at the All-Star game. He's been that good.
Well, Trout will lead off for the Angels tonight against 8-game winner Chris Capuano. The Freeway Series is next. Are ready for baseball. Angels lead the season series with the Dodgers 3-1. Dodgers with a record of 42-29 for manager Don Mattingly. Best record in the National League. 3-game lead on the San Francisco Giants in the NL West. The Dodgers batting order brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss. Dee Gordon will lead off, followed by Jerry Hairston Jr. Andre Ethier bats third. The former Angel Bobby Abreu, the DH in the cleanup spot. Another ex-Angel Juan Rivera bats fifth. Then first baseman James Loney. Center fielder Elian Herrera bats seventh. Then the third baseman Juan Uribe. And the catcher A.J. Ellis as the Dodgers get set to face the 29-year-old right-hander who comes in with a record of 4-7, Irvin Santana.
Well, Santana has won 4 of his last 5 decisions. You know, he started the season 0-6, but he's a much better pitcher than that. In his last start, he threw a 1-hit shutout. Very live fastball, good slider. The key for him, he's got to get that fastball over. And, hey, he is susceptible to the home run.
He's allowed 18, third most in the American League. The opening pitch brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Dodgers led 5-0 last night. Angels came back to win the series opener 8-5 as the young shortstop D. Gordon gets set to lead off for the Dodgers. Gordon 0 for 5 in last night's game, Eric. Now 0 for his last 17.
And not really the type of guy you want up at the top of the offense when he's struggling. This is a guy that has great speed, but for whatever reason just has not been able to be consistent yet this year.
So Gordon, Hairston Jr., and Ethier for the Dodgers here in the top of the first against Irvin Santana. And Gordon takes the first pitch for a called strike, 0-1. On the ground, and it gets through into right field for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Gordon, and that breaks his 0 for 17.
And I'm sure he's happy about that right now, and you've got to watch him because he will run.
21 steals for Gordon in 28 attempts this season. As we check out the Angels defensively, Trumbo, Trout, and Hunter in the outfield from left to right. Pujols at first, Kendrick at second, Ibar at short, is Turris at third. The battery of Santana and Hester.
There he is, Mike Trout. Having a great start so far. And you've got to watch here, Kenny. This is a situation. John Hester behind the plate, only thrown 2 out of 14 prospective base runners.
So Gordon takes his lead off first. Santana has already allowed as many hits today as he did in his last start. The complete game 1-hit victory over Arizona on Saturday.
Yeah, he was dynamite in that last start. Perfect into the 7th.
First pitch to Hairston in for a called strike.
You know, I just mentioned Hester hasn't had a lot of success behind the plate. 2 for 14. Santana on the hill as well. Base runners have been successful 9 out of 10 times. So I've got to believe D. Gordon is going to be running.
There he goes. Pitch out. Throw down to second from Hester is not in time. Gordon with his 22nd steal of the season.
Well, even with the pitch out right now, they're not going to get the speedy Gordon. This is because Santana takes a bit more time getting the ball to the plate. Like I said, the recipe right there, when Gordon was on first, there was no doubt he was going to steal second. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point in this inning he may try to take third.
One and one on Hairston, who had 2 hits, scored 2 runs in last night's game. Pujols fires across to third, and it hits Gordon. He's heading home. The Dodgers lead 1-0.
I know Pujols has won some gold gloves over there, but there is no reason to try to make that play at this point in the game. It's the first inning. Get the out, let him go to third base. You know, now what you've done, you put a runner on second, you don't have an out, a run is in. Just absolutely no reason to make that play. Now, if you're in the 9th inning and could be the game right there, getting the guy to third, I get it. But not in the first inning.
So Hairston reaches on a fielder's choice. Gordon scores on the error charged to Pujols. No RBI for Hairston. Dodgers take a 1-0 lead here in the first inning. Third error committed by Pujols this season. And now the pitch to Ethier in for a called strike, 0-1.
Well, you see the 55 RBIs, leads all the National League. Remember, he's doing a lot of this without Matt Kemp. Still nursing that hamstring.
Santana missing inside, 1-1. Andre Ethier, 3 hits last night. He's 5 for 15 lifetime against Irvin Santana.
Yeah, he's had a real tough month so far. Just above 200, and that's with 3 hits last night.
Still nobody out. Hairston the runner on second. Ethier's career numbers against Santana, who is 4-3 lifetime against the Dodgers, 4-1 here at home. The 2-1, and this is lifted down the right field line, foul. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ethier, with Bobby Abreu waiting on deck.
And I know Andre wants to drive the run in, but with the struggles this offense has had, he has got to get Hairston over to third. Got to find some way to pull this ball to the right side of the infield. If it gets through, that's just gravy.
The 2-2, and Ethier lifts this one into right center. The catch is made by Trout. Hairston holds at second, 1 away. Dodgers did score 5 runs on 12 hits last night in the loss, but prior to that, in their 3-game series in Oakland, a combined 2 runs on 8 hits in 3 games.
Hey, it seems as everybody has gone cold at the same time. And you talk about the 5 runs they scored last night, but remember, 3 of them were on 1 swing. A 3-run shot in the first inning by Bobby Abreu.
And here is Abreu with 1 out. And Hairston the runner on second. Abreu with that first inning 3-run homer last night. His second of the season. Bobby, of course, started the season in an Angels uniform. Released on April 27th. Subsequently signed with the Dodgers.
Well, and ironically, his release precipitated the recall of Mike Trout.
And the rest is history.
I mean, the Angels at the beginning of the year, the way the roster was constructed, just really didn't leave Mike Scioscia any options. And I say didn't leave him any options. He had too many players. Couldn't get them all enough at-bats, had to keep them all happy. And it's not as if he had bench players. He had a number of guys that thought that they were all starters.
Pitch gets away from Hester, so Hairston moves to third.
Yeah, not much Hester can do right there. He tries to get in front of it, but that ball was so badly thrown.
So an error and a wild pitch here in the top of the first inning. Still only 1 out. Infield in. The 1-2 to Abreu. Kendrick will take it to the bag himself. Hairston holds. Now 2 away.
You see right there, we're talking about the Dodger offense, and you mentioned, Kenny, how they struggled in Oakland. We just had 2 unproductive outs. Andre Ethier flies to center, doesn't move Hairston over. Now with the infield in, Bobby Abreu can't get Hairston in from third.
So now with 2 outs, another former Angel, Juan Rivera, who had 3 hits last night and drove in a run.
Give us a couple more of those there, Rivera. That was a weak pitch, Santana. That was horrible.
Rivera with 6 hits in his last 12 at-bats. Hairston takes his lead off third. And Santana misses low, 1-1. Dodgers with a 1-0 lead. They scored 3 runs at the top of the first inning last night.
Hey, Rivera's going to be a slider. Outside, you're going to swing and you miss.
1-1 to Rivera. And he pops it up to the right side. Into the stands. Bounces off the top of the Dodgers dugout. Now 1-2.
You know, Rivera's a guy that's been on the disabled list, but he really hasn't caught fire at all. Hitting .264. This is a guy last year that drove in over 80 runs. They were hoping he would be a middle of the lineup, a protection guy. He's got an on-base percentage of under 300. He's not slugging very well. Hester doing a nice job of keeping that ball in front. Again, when it bounces that far in front, you're not trying to get a glove on it. You're trying to get a chest protector on the ball. Just keep it out in front.
The 2-2 to Rivera. Bounce foul. Back behind third. Mike Trout will lead off for the Angels in the bottom of the first inning. Santana coming off the complete game one-hitter, his 20th pitch of the inning. Misses low, and the count is full.
Walk him, Santana, walk him. And give him something to hit. He ain't going to do nothing with it.
Needed only 102 pitches in the win over Arizona on Saturday. Pitch number 21 here in the top of the first. Rivera gets a piece of it.
Santana throwing a ton of breaking balls so far this inning. Now Hester doing a nice job of blocking,
Look out, Rivera. What are you going to do?
keeping him in front of him. You know, it's funny because Mike Socia told us prior to the game that the key for him was his fastball, but so far he seems a bit tentative as far as using it.
Payoff pitch from Santana. Ground ball scooped up by the third baseman. It's turns to high throw. And safe at first is Rivera. Hairston scores. Dodgers lead 2-0.
Well, here, Turris just rushes the throw. Albert does a nice job of getting up, but unable to bring that glove down and tag Rivera. And so far, the defense has let this Angel ball club down. You know, that's frustrating for a guy like Santana. Frustrating for any pitcher.
2 errors committed by the Angels here in the top of the first inning as James Loney takes ball 1.
Santana and the Angels are down 2-0, and there's been 1 base hit. And that was a ground ball between first and second.
If Pujols has to do it all over, do you think he goes for the easy out of the ball hit by Hairston?
I'm shocked that he tried to make that play. I'm shocked. You know, if that's me running down there, or you running down there, or Marty Aronoff running down there, I get it. I get throwing to third base. But D. Gordon is one of the fastest, if not the fastest player in the National League.
I think Aronoff would have beaten the throw. Marty, our crack statistician. Not sure about you or I. A 1-2 to Loney. So the Dodgers with 2 runs on 1 hit and 2 errors here in the first inning.
You know, Oral Hershiser, pitcher for the Dodgers, when I was coming up, used to tell me when I was playing first base behind him, he'd say, don't try to make the great play in the first 5 or 6 innings. Just make the routine play, get outs.
Loney strikes out. The inning finally comes to an end. Dodgers with a 2-0 lead. Mike Trout leads off when we return. Dodgers out to a 2-0 lead here in Anaheim. Angels come in with a record of 39-32. Their batting order brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss. Mike Trout leads off, followed by the right fielder Torrey Hunter. Albert Pujols bats third. Mark Trumbo in the cleanup spot. Then the DH Kendricks Morales. Howie Kendrick bats sixth. Bottom of the order, Meister is Turris, Eric Ibar, and the catcher John Hester. As the Angels get set to face 8-game winner Chris Capuano, the 33-year-old left-hander.
Yeah, Capuano was dynamite in his last outing against the White Sox. Gave up just 1 run on 6 hits over 8 innings. Struck out a season-high 12. It's ironic because he's coming off one of his best starts of his career, and he's facing a ball club that individually just wears him out.
He faced the Dodgers 2 starts ago at Dodger Stadium. Allowed 2 runs on 8 hits in 5 innings, and in that game, Mike Trout took Capuano deep. So Trout, Hunter, and Pujols for the Angels in a 2-0 hole here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch from Capuano in for a called strike. 0-1. We talked about Trout in our open since his recall in late April 28th to be exact. The Angels have turned things around. They have gone 33-18 as Trout flies out to the center fielder Herrera as Mike Trout introduces himself to all of you.
Hi, my name is Mike Trout, number 27 for the Angels, play outfield, drafted out of high school in 09, and my favorite player growing up is Derek Jeter.
So Mike Trout, like Derek Jeter, born in New Jersey. Mike was not yet 4 years old when Derek Jeter made his major league debut in 1995.
Well, I think that's one of the things that Mike Scioscia was talking about prior to the game was this is a 20-year-old with the poise of a mature star. You know, forget the physical tools. We're talking about the way he mentally approaches the game.
And he tries to soak it all in from veterans such as Torrey Hunter, who is at the plate now. Hunter has fallen behind 0-2. Trout born on August 7th, 1991. His dad, Jeff, a 5th-round draft pick of the Minnesota Twins. Back in '83 as Hunter strikes out on 3 pitches. And ironically, Trout's dad played 3 seasons in the minor leagues, Eric, for Phillies manager Charlie Manuel.
Charlie Manuel talking about Trout and how very strong. His son, no different. I mean, look at those rookie ranks right there. You know, this is all of Major League Baseball. We hear so much about Bryce Harper and his ascent with the Washington Nationals.
Pujols fouls it back to the screen, 0-1. Trout and Bryce Harper, teammates this past fall in the Arizona Fall League.
Yeah, some bright young stars. Probably see them both in Kansas City at the All-Star game. I have to say definitely Trout.
7 pitches in the inning from Capuano, all strikes.
This guy at the plate's pretty darn good too, Kenny. I mean, and that's the thing. We're talking about Trout. That's how good he is right now, even with future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols at the plate.
Pujols takes that pitch and heads down to first. So the 0-2 pitch from Capuano hits Albert Pujols. Angels have a 2-out base runner.
Well, you look at those numbers and the way Albert started, and there are a whole host of theories and reasons why, other than just, hey, look, just wasn't hitting the ball. You know, why can't it just be that? He just wasn't hitting the ball. But you also have to remember, he started to get hot when Trout came up, when he's at the top of the lineup. I think Albert was going to get hot at some point. And then you got this guy.
First pitch to Mark Trumbo, catches the outside corner, 0-1. Trumbo in the top 8 in all 3 Triple Crown categories in the American League. He's second in the league in slugging percentage as well.
You know, and he's a guy that fell victim to this Angel Ball Club having too many regular, everyday players at the beginning of the season.
And he's coming off a season in 2011 during which he led the Angels in home runs and runs batted in.
Yeah, you do that, then you, over the winter, Albert Pujols signs, you got to be thinking, you got to be kidding me. What's the guy got to do? Then you come to camp, you say, hey, we're gonna throw you at third base. Go learn that position. Again, you got to be kidding me. Then you sit 8 out of the 30-some games in April. Can't get a regular job. That's why I say, since he's been playing every day, he has proven again why he should be out there. I mean, heck, you could make an argument the first 2 months, the best hitting first baseman was playing left field. That's his natural position.
Pujols takes his lead off first. The 0-2 to Trumbo. Fastball missing high. Now 1-2.
Just came inside. Got to go right back in there. In off the plate.
Chris Capuano handed a 2-0 lead before he even took the mound here in Anaheim. Struck out 12 in his last start, tied a career high Sunday. Was not involved in the decision with 2-1 Dodgers win over the White Sox in 10 innings. Pop foul back behind the plate. So the count remains 1-2 on Mark Trumbo.
You know, for a big guy, for a power guy, playing sporadically, get 2 or 3 days a week off as he was in April, just can't get any time. You're doing the big fella a disservice by not running him out there every day. Mike told us before the game, Trout and Trumbo, they're playing all the time now. Albert does have 4 stolen bases this year. He hasn't been caught at all. One of those sneaky guys, smart base runner.
Angels have won 3 straight, 10 of their last 13, 7 games over the 500 mark for the first time this season. The only problem, Eric, the Texas Rangers have won 7 straight. Another foul.
Capuano, when he is effective and throwing well, he's off the corners of the plate. Stays away from the middle, doesn't have that stuff that's going to overpower you. But likes to work off of the edges. 15 pitches, 13 of them strikes so far.
Pitch number 16 from Capuano, fouled back to the screen. Trumbo has faced 8 pitches this at bat. He's fouled off 4 of the 8. Pujols the runner on first, 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. 2-0 Dodgers. As Capuano delivers, charging is the third baseman Uribe. Throw to first is in time, and the inning comes to an end. Pujols stranded. Dodgers lead 2-0. Today's game, presented by Budweiser, is sponsored by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss. Back in Anaheim, Kenny Albert, Eric Karros. Dodgers lead the Angels 2-0. Angels committed 2 errors in the top of the first inning, leading to the 2 Dodger runs. Eric, our Ford go further keys to the game.
Well, Capuano has got to convince himself that he can get these Angel hitters out. As I mentioned earlier, these guys individually have a ton of success against him. Angels just have to keep playing like they've been playing. They've won 21 of 28 ball games. First inning, not so good. But again, they've been swinging the bats well and getting good pitching.
First inning not so good last night as well, as the Angels fell behind 3-0. Would subsequently come back to win 8-5. Dodgers took a 5-0 lead in the second inning last night. The 1-1 to Elian Herrera. Fouls it off. Now 1-2. Herrera in his 10th season in the Dodger organization. Prior to this year, played only 25 games at the AAA level. That was back in 2010. Started this season at Albuquerque. He was on fire. Called up by the big club, adding 288 in 35 games, and he's started at 5 different positions. Dodgers, of course, still without Matt Kemp. Still without their second baseman, Mark Ellis. Don Mattingly told us both players are very close to being able to go out on rehab stints. Herrera down on strike. Second strikeout for Ervin Santana.
And Santana going with the breaking ball right here. Just dives out of the zone. Herrera swinging over. Again, Santana has that type of stuff. Where he gets into trouble is with the fastball. He's thrown a lot of breaking balls so far today. And then you have the shadows, which are always pleasant. Very tough for the hitter.
And the hitter with 1 out is Juan Uribe, who is 0 for 10 lifetime against Santana, shadows or not. And you see his numbers on the road this year.
It seems like he's been on the road for 3 years with the Dodgers. I mean, he has not been able to click, hasn't been able to get things going.
1-2, Uribe fouls it off to the right side with A.J. Ellis waiting on deck.
Should say signed a 3-year deal. Coming over from the Giants after they won the World Series his second year.
His second World Series title, also won with the White Sox in 05. Uribe down on strikes, so he is now 0 for 11 against Santana, who has struck out 3 consecutive Dodgers.
Going with the breaking ball. When you have shadows as a hitter, very difficult to pick up the spin. That just looks bad, and it looks even worse when you're standing in the box. You just cannot pick up a thing. I could never understand why pitchers would throw fastballs, because as a hitter, you're just going up there and you're saying, please, please throw a fastball. Let me guess on a fastball. Because if it's spinning, you cannot pick up the spin.
Back during your playing days, would you share that advice with the pitchers on
I
your
tell
club?
them, yeah, no, I did. I tell them all the time, but they were smarter than me. They were going to outthink the hitters. Pitchers give hitters way too much credit. And I say that, you go watch BP, and you watch a guy in the cage, and you got a BP guy just lobbing him in there. Well, they're going to hit 7 out of 10 or base hits, and that's just lobbing it in there. Now you get out on the mound and you're throwing 90-something. You're not telling the guy what's coming. You mix in some shadows. The pitchers want to. I mean, if I'm Santana right now, you're getting a breaking ball, Ellis. Your fastballs, he's able to stay alive.
The 2-2 from Santana, so after his teammates commit 2 errors in the first, takes batters into his own hands. He strikes out the side in the second. Today's game is presented by Budweiser. Great time for waiting. Grab some buds. A beautiful Saturday afternoon, late afternoon here in Anaheim. Dodgers lead the Angels 2-0. Bottom of the second inning as Chris Capuano gets set to face Kendrys Morales, Howie Kendrick, and then Maicer Izturis. Capuano threw 15 pitches in the first inning. That were strikes and only 2 balls. 17 pitches in all. 0-1 on Morales, who had 2 hits in last night's game. Batting .328 here at home this season. In his return to the Angels after missing the entire 2011 campaign. Eric, you referred back in the first inning to what these individual Angel players have done throughout their careers against Capuano. If you add it all up, the 8 Angels in today's lineup who have faced Capuano, everybody except Morales, as he fouls it off now 2-2. Coming into this game, a combined batting average of .493, 37 of 75, with 7 home runs. Pujols with 5 of the 7.
And Don Mattingly telling us beforehand, Capuano is definitely aware of that, and he was interested to watch how Capuano was going to attack these hitters today. I mean, he's going to go out there. He's going to have to do something different than what he's done in the past. Move guys off the plate, then go back outside, maybe try to expand the zone. I think the real telltale sign will be the second time through the order.
Morales went around. Second strikeout for Chris Capuano. A look at what the Angels have been able to do against left-handed starters as of late.
Swinging the bat well. I think, though, you can throw out just about any offensive number right now because of the shadows. I mean, that changes everything.
Kendrick swings at the first pitch and grounds out to the shortstop, D. Gordon, for out number 2.
You know, and I know people at home, they get tired of guys in the booth here. Oh, well, they got shadows down there. Oh, they got shadows down there. But it really impacts your confidence up at the plate, your ability to see the ball. I mean, it's hard enough when you're seeing it perfectly, but when you can't see it, you can't tell what the spin is, and you're just hoping the guy's throwing it over the plate, a whole different animal up there.
With 2 outs, nobody on, here is Maicer Izturis. Switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty Capuano. Izturis just 5 for his last 27. Dodgers lead 2-0. They scored 2 in the top of the first inning on only 1 base hit and 2 Angels errors. Izturis pops it up in foul territory. The third baseman Uribe is under it. 2 innings in the books. Will return after these messages from your local Fox station. Fans of both clubs enjoying the Freeway Series here in Anaheim. Game 2 of this 3-game set. Angels won 2 of 3 from the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium just over a week ago. All 3 of those games were tied in the 8th inning or later. Dodgers took a 5-0 lead last night. Angels came back with 8 unanswered runs. Dodgers lead today 2-0 as D. Gordon takes strike 1. Gordon got things started, leading off the game with a single into right field, breaking out of an 0 for 17 slump. He would steal second and then come around to score on the Pujols error. Ground ball to the right side off the bat of Gary Hairston Jr. Pujols, instead of taking the easy out at first, tried to nail Gordon at third. He would come around to score on the error, and now he strikes out. That is the 5th consecutive strikeout for Santana.
And you see, Kenny, it's a breaking ball. D. Gordon unable to pull the trigger. 3 breaking balls right there in that at-bat. No swings.
So 1 away for Hairston, who reached on that fielder's choice in the first inning. Pujols attempting to get Gordon at third. And then Hairston would come around to score on the Asturias error. One and one on Hairston. Andre Ethier, who leads the National League in runs batted in, waiting on deck. Irvin Santana has struck out the last 5 Dodgers he has faced. Bloop into shallow left, right into the glove of the shortstop Ibar for out number 2. The reigning National League Cy Young Award winner, Clayton Kershaw. Record of 5-3 for the Dodgers this season. Without only 1 earned run in 8 innings and a no decision in Oakland in his last start on Thursday. And we will chat live with Kershaw during the next half inning. Ethier, first pitch, deep left center, on the warning track. Trout makes the catch. And Santana retires the Dodgers in order in the 3rd on only 7 pitches. Clayton Kershaw when we return. Dodgers lead the Angels 2-0, bottom of the third inning. Kenny Albert with Eric Karros. Eric Ibar will lead off for the Angels against 8-game winner Chris Capuano as we welcome in live from the Dodgers dugout the reigning National League Cy Young Award winner Clayton Kershaw. Clayton, thanks for taking a couple of minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
Ibar, Hester, and Trout for the Angels. Called strike, 0-1. Clayton, how has your life changed after winning the Cy Young Award last season?
For that week there, it changed a little bit, but after that, it was back to the grindstone, get ready for 2012.
Off the glove of the third baseman Uribe into left field. So the leadoff man Ibar is on for the Angels here in the third. Clayton, talk for a moment, if you will, about your teammate Chris Capuano. Came over during the offseason, and he leads the staff with 8 wins.
Yeah, Cappy's been awesome. It's fun to pick his brain. He's such a smart guy, and the way he's been pitching this year, you can kind of learn a lot from him, just from being another lefty in the rotation. And what he's been able to do, pound the strike zone, and his changeup is unbelievable. So just trying to take my tips where I can.
Clayton, are you guys, as a team, are you surprised at where you're at? Do you feel like you've overachieved, or do you still feel like you guys can get better? I mean, what do Dodger fans have to look forward to this second half?
Yeah, well, these past 4 games we're starting to struggle a little bit, but I think what we've done with the guys that have been healthy, and obviously losing Matt's a big blow. It's denying, and guy we forget about, we lost Mark Ellis too, and Mark's just that silent leader on the field. So, with all those guys out there, it's tough to play, but at the same time we've been playing really well, and just finding different ways to win every game, and just try to get back to that.
Leadoff single off the bat of Ibar. Now the 1-0 to John Hester, swing and a miss, 1-1.
Clayton, we've talked about Mike Trout, the 20-year-old on the other ball club. You were a 20-year-old phenom coming into the league. Talk a little bit about some of the things that you had to adjust to or had to face as a youngster.
Yeah, I didn't dominate like he's been doing when I was 20. I had some struggles first coming up, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell him other than keep doing what you're doing. It's definitely an adjustment. Obviously, you're probably one of the younger guys over there, probably by a long shot. So just trying to find your place, not trying to step on anybody's toes, and just go out there and play the game the way he's been doing it.
Except against you guys.
Yeah, right. Just wait a couple more games, and then get back to it.
And you made your major league debut on May 25th back in 2008 against St. Louis and a fellow by the name of Albert Pujols.
Yeah, he got the first hit off me too. 3-2 curveball of all things. I was like, I didn't think that could happen, but I guess the big leagues. So it was a kind of a welcome to the big leagues moment for me for sure.
1-1 to Hester off the glove of Ellis, so Ibar moves to second.
Clayton, when you're pitching in a game that starts at this time of day, when you've got the shadows, do you pitch to the shadows? Do you take that into account, or do you just go with basically the same routine you do day in and day out?
Yeah, I don't think you change anything, but at the same time, it's got to give you that little extra confidence knowing that, having the shadows, the hitters probably aren't seeing the ball as well as they will later on in the game. So it just gives you that extra confidence to attack the zone and just come right at guys.
Ibar advanced to second on the pass ball. Now the 1-2 to Hester. Line drive into right. Catch is made by Andre Ethier for out number 1. And Clayton, not only did you win the Cy Young Award in the National League last season, but you were the Dodgers nominee for the Roberto Clemente Award. I know you and your wife Ellen traveled to Zambia on a goodwill mission for the 2nd straight year to help children, and I'm sure it was certainly an eye-opening experience for you and your wife once again. Your 2nd straight year you've gone over to Zambia.
Yeah, it is. It's just a cool place to get to go over there and just see how the Zambian kiddos over there, they're so fun and joyful to play with, and obviously they're growing up in a third world country, so definitely puts things in perspective. Come back over here, realize how blessed you are, and get to come to the yard every day. It makes it even that more special.
Here's Mike Trout with 1 out. Runner on second, squares to bunt and takes strike 1. And Clayton, for every strikeout, you have donated $100 to your charity Kershaw's Challenge. And what can fans do as far as your charity? How can they donate?
Yeah, we're Kershaw'sChallenge.com is the website, and donations obviously is huge. We're starting to put the finishing touches on the orphanage over there that we're building, and Ellen and I will be going back this off season to see it completed and hopefully see the kids moving in. So obviously this next wave of donations is going to just furniture and things like that, just to put the finishing touches on the orphanage.
That's great stuff. Trout awaiting the 0-1 from Capuano, with Ibar taking his lead off second.
So Clayton, we've heard from Matt Kemp a few weeks ago. He talked about the new ownership, and he's got the long-term deal. Andre Ethier just signed one. I'm sure Dodger fans want to know, when is Clayton Kershaw going to get locked up for good here?
I got a little while left. I got at least 2 more years after this one that I'll be around. So there's plenty of time. Plenty of time.
1-1 to Trout, now 1-2, and Clayton, you have some size, 6'3", but challenge Magic Johnson one-on-one.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I don't think I could take him in one-on-one. I'm not that confident, but I'd like to go maybe a 3-point shootout or something like that. Just see how it goes.
Think you could take him?
I don't know. He was an NBA player. He was okay from what I remember. So I don't know if I'd take him, but I'd like to think I'd give him a run for his money.
Runner goes, and Trout fouls it off to the right side.
Talk a little bit about the book that you did and how you included your catcher, A.J. Ellis, in the book.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
I bet he was a little shocked we asked him to do that, but he did an awesome job. He wrote the foreword for the book, and he was. I think he was pretty honored that we asked him to. And AJ is one of my best buddies on the team, and just to have him write something for the book's pretty special. Good pitch.
So Trout down on strikes for the second out of the inning. And Clayton, another good buddy of yours is Matthew Stafford, the Detroit Lions quarterback. Terrific season last year. NFL training camp's just around the corner. What do you foresee for the Lions in 2012?
Yeah, I can't believe football season's come back around. It seems like that's all they talk about, but yeah, I'm happy to see Matthew do so well. Just him being healthy is just the key. He's so talented, and I expect big things from the Lions. They just locked up Calvin Johnson for a while, so definitely playoffs, and them and the Packers in that division for sure.
0-1 on Torrey Hunter. And you had a chance to take in the Thanksgiving Day game last year, Lions and Cowboys in Dallas.
Yeah, that was the first time I'd seen him play since high school, so that was in person anyway. So that was pretty fun to get to do that, and I got to see his mom and dad stay with and hang out with them for a little while. So just kind of catching up. It was good. Cowboys lost though, which I didn't know how to take, but it was okay. Good pitch.
Have you traded any gear? Dodger blue, Lion blue.
I don't know. We need to get that. He keeps rocking that Tiger hat, though. He's repping his team out there, so I don't know if he'd wear it willingly in Detroit, but I'd definitely take some Lions gear for sure.
0-2 on Hunter. Ibar leadoff single. Capuano retired Hester, struck out Trout. With the Dodgers out on top, 2-0. The 0-2, and Hunter is down on strikes. Clayton, thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Thanks.
3 innings in the books here in Anaheim. 2-0 Dodgers. Game is sponsored by Michelin, a better way forward. And by Ted, from the creator of Family Guy, Mark Wahlberg, Mila Kunis, Seth MacFarlane. Ted, July 13th. Top of the fourth inning here in Anaheim. Dodgers lead the Angels 2-0. Irvin Santana has retired the last 7 Dodgers he has faced. Bobby Abreu leading off here at the top of the fourth. Grounded out to the second baseman Kendrick, his first time up. A first inning 3-run home run for Abreu last night, ending a Dodger streak of 250 consecutive plate appearances without a home run by a Dodger. And Abreu falls behind 0-2 with Juan Rivera waiting on deck. The 0-2 from Santana, missing low and inside, now 1-2.
And this Dodger ball club, especially with Matt Kemp out of the lineup, not going to threaten you with power. They're a team that's going to get on base, draw walks, see a lot of pitches, and that's where they've been struggling as of late.
Strikeout number 6 for Santana. He has retired 8 in a row. Well, this MLB on Fox season, Fox Sports is proud to support the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, a place where youth can reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens. To learn more, please visit greatfutures.org/Fox Sports. One away, here's Juan Rivera, reached on an error his first time up. A loose beach ball out in right field.
When you talk about Juan Rivera reaching on an error, you know, Santana outside of that single, really, he's been dominant. Shouldn't have allowed a base runner at all. The Angel defense has struggled. Should only be at worst a 1-0 ball game.
A combined 10 strikeouts so far, 6 for Santana, 4 for Capuano. Long foul off the bat of Rivera. There's Capuano. Both pitchers have allowed only 1 hit over the first 3 innings.
Well, and this is a combination of each of the guys coming off arguably their best outings of the year, and again, I'll say it, the shadows.
Fastball missing away, 1-1.
Think about it, we're into the 4th inning right now, and there may have been two balls that have been squared up.
Two and 2 on Rivera with James Loney waiting on deck. 1 out. Top of the 4th inning from Angel Stadium. Dodgers with a 2-0 lead. Two. Rivera gets the bat on it. And coming on to attempt and make the sliding catch is Hunter. Get it right. The 9-time Gold Glove Award winner makes the play.
Torrey gets a good jump in the sun field right there, but able to track it down.
So 9 in a row retired by Irvin Santana. It all started with James Loney, who struck out to end the 1st inning.
A lot of talk for the Dodgers. Is James Loney the answer for the rest of the year? Do they go out and acquire a corner spot? Ned Coletti will have his work cut out for him as we reach Tread Day.
Welcome is presented by Budweiser. Back at Angel Stadium, Albert Pujols leads off here in the bottom of the fourth inning against Chris Capuano. And Pujols takes strike one. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. In his career, a .528 average against Capuano, 19 for 36 with 5 home runs, but swinging in the shadows today. Once again behind 0-2. He was hit by the pitch with an 0-2 count back in the first inning. We'll check in on the Phillies and Rays coming up in just a moment. Some late heroics in Philadelphia. Bounce foul, back behind third.
Well, you see so far Capuano doing a nice job of staying off the middle part of the plate. He just threw a pitch way inside to set Albert up for that pitch away. He stayed out of the middle.
Pujols with a base hit into center field. So the leadoff man is on for the Angels here in the fourth. Time for a DirecTV game break. We check in with Matt Vasgersian. Matt.
Kenny, some finish in Philly after Jonathan Papelbon blew his first save as a Philly. Jim Thome delivered his all-time major league leading 13th career walk-off home run. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Back to Kenny and Eric.
Thanks, Matt. For Jim Thome, his 64th career interleague home run, the most all-time.
Well, and that's when he's gotten hot during this interleague stretch right now. Charlie Manuel able to get him more at-bats, more consistent at-bats. That's why I was surprised when he signed with Philadelphia. Didn't stay in the American League. Obviously much tougher to find your way on the field.
He knows Charlie Manuel well, dating back to their days in the Cleveland organization.
Had Jim Thome, a third baseman. Colorado Springs, Charlie Manuel, the coach there.
Pujols the runner on first as Capuano throws over. Mark Trumbo at the plate, grounded out to the third baseman Uribe, his first time up. On the ground to the shortstop, Gordon. To second for one, out to first. Double play. The Dodgers turn the 6-4-3. So 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Morales, who struck out back in the second inning.
You know, we talk about the trade deadline around the corner, and this is a guy, Kendrys Morales, that could be trade bait. A lot of teams will have interest in a guy that can hit for power. He's demonstrating that he's healthy. And the Dodgers, one of those teams.
The last time the Dodgers and Angels made a trade, 1976.
See the owner of the Angels, Artie Moreno, there on the left. Not afraid to open the They wall it up, going out and signing Albert Pujols, C.J. Wilson. You know, it's interesting because he's really endeared himself to this area, to Angel fans. But attendance this year is down. It's 14%. There's C.J.
Which is very surprising.
Yeah, I think a lot of it had to do with the way they started. Some frustration, but now you've got this youth.
Uribe charging. Throws out Morales to end the inning. So through 4 here in Anaheim, Dodgers still lead 2-0. Runs on 2 hits for the Angels as we begin the 5th inning. Elian Herrera leading off for the Dodgers, bottom of the order here in the 5th against Irvin Santana, who has retired 10 in a row, including 6 strikeouts during that stretch. One and one on Herrera, who struck out back in the 2nd inning.
You mentioned it earlier, Herrera has played a number of positions for the Dodgers, but he has cooled off as of late. And that's really been what's gone on for a majority of this ball club. There hasn't been anybody that has just been hot. Everybody's kind of been in the doldrums.
Herrera strikes out for the 2nd time. 1 away. Well, Eric, we are less than 2 weeks removed from the Los Angeles Kings Stanley Cup Championship, and there's their captain, Dustin Brown, bringing the Dodgers and Angels together for a group picture at Dodger Stadium with the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, pretty exciting times right now for the city of Los Angeles, really all of Southern California. I know there's some Ducks fans here in Orange County, but what the Kings have done, you look at that shot right there. Dodger photographer John Suh who took that.
And how about Dustin Penner? Won a Stanley Cup with the Ducks 5 years ago, and now with the Kings in 2012.
Yeah, very fortunate.
You had a chance to visit with the Stanley Cup 2 years ago in Chicago.
I was going to say, talking about fortunate, we were in Chicago at the time. And
Uribe strikes out for the second time. That was actually the day of the Blackhawks parade. It was a Friday. You and I were in Chicago to work a game the next day, and the Stanley Cup just happened to visit the restaurant where we were eating dinner.
I think you had something to do with that.
Not with the cup being there. But once it was there, we were able to somehow finagle it over to our table. Rick Sutcliffe was at the next table.
Yes, he was.
He had his picture taken with the cup as well.
Yeah, that cup's going to make its way to the beach community on Monday. Hermosa Beach. Go down to the Pier Plaza. A lot of the Kings live in that area. But again, just the whole city taken. There you see a Kings fan.
What a run. Number 8 seed in the Western Conference. Coaching change during the regular season. Beat the number 1 seed, the number 2 seed, and the 3rd seed over the first 3 rounds of the playoffs.
And just really walked through all those 3 rounds. Speaking about walking through people, Santana has been dominant today.
High bar to first. Ellis is retired. Santana has retired 13 consecutive Dodgers. By Budweiser is sponsored by Chevrolet, proud to support youth baseball in cities and towns across the country. It's baseball night in America from Angel Stadium. Dodgers with a 2-0 lead. As Howie Kendrick will lead off for the Angels here in the bottom of the 5th inning against Chris Capuano. Kendrick grounded out to short his first time up. We mentioned the last trade between these organizations, 1976. Angels dealt Ellie Rodriguez to the Dodgers for Orlando Alvarez. There have been 92 players who have played in the major leagues for both the LA Dodgers and the Angels, including 3 current Dodgers, Bobby Abreu, Adam Kennedy, and Juan Rivera, as well as 5 Hall of Famers, Ricky Henderson, Eddie Murray, Frank Robinson, Don Sutton, and the knuckleballer Hoyt Wilhelm. 1-2 on Kendrick with his tourist waiting on deck, then Ibar. Ball 2, says first base umpire C.B. Buckner.
Capuano continuing that mastery of the corners of the plate. Not throwing any strikes over the heart. What hitting and pitching, it's very simple. It's a battle for the plate. The pitcher, he's trying to expand the plate. The hitter, he's trying to shrink the plate. Capuano has done a great job today of expanding things.
2-2 to Kendrick. Fastball missing inside. The count is full.
See Howie right now. Career high as far as strikeouts per at-bat percentage.
Will not strike out this time. Base hit left center. Around first. Heading for second. And he is in. So Kendrick on at second, leading off the inning for the Angels. Time for another DirecTV game break. Pat Feskerson, take it away.
Kenny, the Will Middlebrooks era continues to establish itself in Boston. A home run, 2 RBIs tonight. That's 33 RBIs in his first 40 games. Hasn't been done by a Red Sox player in over 60 years. To call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Back to Kenny and Eric.
All right, thanks, Matt. Red Sox 5.5 out in the American League East. In fact, all 5 teams in that division are within 5.5 games of one another. As Turris pucks it back to the screen. 0-1.
Well, and we just saw Middlebrooks hit that ball, and what he's done is he's displaced or replaced Kevin Youkilis. And that is somebody, and that's a name that's been talked about out in L.A., also in Arizona as well. Guy that could play a corner position. I'm just not so sure it makes sense for the Dodgers. You bring a guy like that who's battled injuries, and then you bring him over to a new league and expect him to do well. Looks good on paper, but I'm not so sure that that works.
Kendrick leadoff double. Third hit of the game for the Angels. 1-1 to his Turris, missing low. Now 2-1. Well, Ken Rosenthal reporting earlier today that Dodgers could be one of the teams in the mix, as you mentioned, for Kevin Youkilis of the Red Sox. Bounce to the right side, diving play by Capuano, and he gets the out at first. Kendrick advancing to third.
Athletic play by Capuano. If that ball gets by him, that could be in trouble just because of the speed of his Turris. Does a nice job and gathers himself, makes a good strong throw. A.J. Ellis out there right now just letting Chris catch his breath. Came down pretty hard.
And Don Mattingly, his manager, told us earlier that Chris is the total package. He keeps runners close, he can bunt, and he can field his position very well. He tries to help himself win any way he can, and we saw an example of it right there.
Well, and this is a guy that has battled back from 2 Tommy John surgeries. So it tells you what type of guy he is, what type of character. Basically a guy that's not going to quit, going to keep coming after you.
Missed 2 full seasons, looking to even his career record at the 500 mark. He's 65-66. Santana on the other side has allowed only 1 hit through 5 innings. He struck out 8. So with the runner on third, Kendrick 1 out. Ibar at the plate.
Now you see where James Loney is as the first baseman, way off. I mean, that there must be some charts that indicate Ibar isn't going anywhere down that line. He's not going to do any type of push bunt.
Ibar leads the major leagues in bunt base hits. Takes the fastball inside. 1-1.
Yeah, it's almost as if James is daring him to come down that first base side. And I could see it maybe more if that's a right-handed first baseman where the glove side is toward the line. But you look at all of that ground that James is giving him over at first base. Seems like an awful lot. And Capuano pitching to his defense, just continuing to pound Ibar in, and in.
Now the 1-2, Ibar fouls it back. Dodgers lead 2-0. 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning in Anaheim. Kendrick, the leadoff double. Moved to third on the Asturias ground out. Ibar now with a hit in 9 consecutive games following his 3rd inning single. Play off the glove of Gordon, run scores. And the Dodger lead is cut in half. It's now
2-1. Gordon does a nice job of getting his glove on it, but I'm not sure he would have had a play anywhere. Kendrick was going on contact. Ibar very speedy.
2nd hit of the game for Ibar. Both off the gloves of Dodger infielders. Ibar drives in his 19th run. The Angels have scored a run for Santana. Remember earlier this season, the Angels did not score for Santana in 5 consecutive starts.
And that gets frustrating for a pitcher because they have to be so fine. Every single pitch has to be a perfect pitch because they feel like, I'm not going to get any offense here. Can't give up any runs.
Base hit right field off the bat of Hester. 3rd hit of the inning for the Angels. They have runners on 1st and 2nd with only 1 out for Mike Trout, who has close to 40,000 followers on Twitter. And we asked Trout who he likes to follow in the world of social media.
Favorite person to follow is probably David Price. You know, he's out there tweeting with everybody, you know, playing everybody in video games, and, you know, just always active with the Twitter. You know, I don't know how many tweets he's got. He's got a lot, but, you know, it's always fun to wake up and read what he has to say. And if you guys want to follow me at Troutic20, and, you know, follow my dreams to the World Series.
So Trouty20 is his Twitter handle, and I'm not sure if you knew this, Eric, but Mike Trout was born the day after the first website was created.
Day after.
The first website was created on August 6th, 1991. Mike Trout was born the next day. So he is one day younger than the World Wide Web. And he has cast a large web over the world of baseball since his recall on April 28th. Baseball America's Minor League Player of the Year last season from South Jersey. Set the New Jersey State High School record with 18 home runs back in 09. He's 0 for 2 today. 2 on, only 1 out. Time called by the home plate umpire, Dan Iasonia. First pitch to Trout, off the mound, diving stop by Gordon, steps to the bag, throws to first, safe. So the Dodgers get the out at second. Angels have runners on the corners with 2 away.
That's a great defensive play by Gordon, just to have the wherewithal to get there. He slides, comes up and makes a good, strong throw. James Loney thinks he has Mike Trout, but he's down there hustling. The thing about that, James Loney showing that, looking at the umpire, C.B. Buckner. He's got to be aware that Ibar is at third base. Almost tends to forget about him.
So Ibar at third, Trout on at first, with 2 outs for Torrey Hunter, who has struck out twice. First pitch to Hunter, missing away. Ball 1.
And this is what I'm talking about, Kenny. Watch James Loney. Okay, Trout is easily safe at first. Now look at him. Look at, I'm going to show C.B. Buckner. Well, don't worry about that. You've got a runner at third base rounding the bag. You don't want him to come around and just score.
Hunter. Left center. Looking up is Herrera. He leaps and he makes the catch to end the inning. For Torrey Hunter. A la Hunter on Barry Bonds in the All-Star game.
No hugs here, Kenny.
Is sponsored by Just for Men, Mustache and Beard. Keep living the dream. Dodgers lead the Angels 2-1. How many extra base hits and home runs has Torrey Hunter taken away from opponents during his 14-year career? Well, he just had one taken away by Elian Herrera. And now D. Gordon leads off the top of the 6th inning. He is on his way to third and is in with a triple over the head of the left fielder, Mark Trumbo. Second triple of the season and the 10th extra base hit this season off the bat of D. Gordon.
Well, just sit back and watch this, Kenny. Watch the speed. Or we can sit here and get Santana, give it. Trumbo running it down, but just nothing you can do when you got a guy like D. Gordon running the bases.
Only the second hit allowed by Santana, the first since the first inning. And now Gordon will score. Dodgers lead 3-1.
Hairston hitting a ground ball down the line. As Turris probably should make that play. D. Gordon is heading back to third. Doesn't get the glove over there.
So the Angels come so close to tying the score and even potentially taking the lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now 2 pitches in the top of the 6th. Dodgers have a run. And Hairston on at first after driving in his 18th run of the season.
Yeah, really though, for me, D. Gordon right now, the way he leads off the game, gets the base hit, steals, comes around and scores. The great play he made on Mike Trout going up the middle. That ball was a base hit. Instead, he's able to get the force out at second base. Runner at third doesn't score. Then he ends up leading off with a triple.
He has scored 2 of the 3 Dodger runs today. Dodgers lead the Angels 3-1. Santana had retired 13 in a row coming into this half inning. Gordon swinging at the first pitch, a triple over the head of the left fielder Trumbo. And then a run-scoring base hit off the bat of Hairston. Down the third base line. Off the glove of his Turris. Now Hairston bluffs. Heads back to first as Ethier takes ball 3.
I'm all for swinging at 3-0 pitches, but 3-0 pitches that you can drive. Watch Juan Uribe swinging a 3-0 pitch last night. He was low and away, ended up striking out in the at-bat. Ethier right there goes after a low pitch.
Slow roller, charging his Turris. No play. 3rd consecutive hit of the inning for the Dodgers.
Well, just like Andre drew it up right there. Yeah, I'm not so sure if it's Turris. I don't let that thing roll. You've got no play on Ethier. You've got to hope with all the spin that it may go foul. But no reason to pick that ball up.
So after Santana retired 13 consecutive Dodgers, 3 straight hits here in the 6th. The last 2 have been infield singles.
Yeah, it's Turris getting a workout over there at third. Remember, coming into this inning, only one base hit for the Dodgers, and that was the D. Gordon single to lead the game.
First and second for Bobby Abreu. Still nobody out. Abreu is 0 for 2.
Not sure Bobby liked that call, but home plate umpire Dan Iasanya. See that right there, the first 5 innings. And that was a ground ball hit between first and second.
Dodgers scored 2 runs on errors in the first inning. No Dodger reached base in the second, third, fourth, or fifth. 3 consecutive singles, or 3 consecutive hits here in the sixth. The Gordon triple. Hairston and Ethier with infield singles. 1 and 2 now on Bobby Abreu.
And the shadows aren't nearly as bad. Still a bit problematic, but not as much as when they're in between the mound and home plate. Right now it's just shadow.
Santana steps off. Hairston the runner at second. Ethier over at first. No outs, top of the 6th inning from Angel Stadium. 1-2 from Santana. Abreu is down on strikes. 9th strikeout for Urban Santana.
They just buried him in with that breaking ball. Rolling in, down, out of the zone. Abreu swings over the top of it. Big out. Ground ball away now, getting out of the inning.
So with 1 away, here's Juan Rivera. Reached on an error and fly to right. D. Gordon with 2 hits. Hairston and Ethier with infield singles. 4 through 9 of the batting order. 0 for 13. One to Rivera. On the ground to the third baseman is Torres to second for 1. There it is. 5-4-3 double play. The inning is over. Dodgers add a run. Middle of the 6th. They lead 3-1. In America, Chris Capuano looking for win number 9 on the season. Dodgers lead the Angels 3-1. As Albert Pujols will lead off here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, an important inning right now. The Dodgers are up by 2. You're going to face the heart of this lineup with Pujols, Trumbo, and Morales. You know, yesterday the Dodgers, they take that 5-run lead. Billingsley unable to hold it. It's where you got to get your ball club right back in the dugout.
Pujols has reached base twice. Hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, a single into center field in the 4th. Angels scored their run on 3 hits in the 5th inning. Inning ended when Torrey Hunter was robbed of a probable home run by center fielder Elian Herrera. Pujols with his second base hit of the game. So the leadoff man is on for the Angels for the 4th consecutive inning.
Well, the ball is jumping off of Albert Pujols' bat now, as opposed to earlier in the season. Here you see this is an outside pitch. It's almost as if he swings down on it. Gets great backspin. That thing takes off to right center. Beginning of the year, the ball, you know, I'd seen him in BP, watched him in games, and it just didn't seem like it was taking off, like it was jumping off of his bat. It is now. He's hitting the ball hard. He's what the Angels expected.
Ball's been jumping off the bat of Mark Trumbo all season long. He's 0 for 2 today. Now 0 for 3 as he pops out to the second baseman Hairston. Time now to check out our Lexus in-game box score. Pujols with a pair of base hits. Eric Ibar drove in the only Angels run in the 5th inning.
Well, and the key is keeping Trout and Hunter, who hit ahead of Pujols, off the base paths. You know, Trout, even though he may not have a hit, like last night, he had the home run, but he also had a couple of walks. You've kept him completely off the base paths today. Outside, I guess I should say, the fielder's choice. But hasn't had a real impact yet. And I say yeah.
Morales 0 for 2. Pujols takes his lead off first with 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning, Dodgers lead the Angels 3-1. Fouled off the mask of the catcher Ellis. 0-2 on Morales. Josh Lindblom up in the Dodgers pen. One out, bottom of the 6th inning. Nothing in 2 on Kendrys Morales. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. With Howie Kendrick waiting on deck. Angels have won 3 straight, 10 of their last 13. 7 games over the 500 mark for the first time this season. They trail this game 3-1. On the ground to the shortstop, Gordon. He steps on second, throws the first, double play. Second and 3 innings turned by the Dodgers. But they still have the best record in the National League. Only the Texas Rangers have more wins in all of baseball. As we move to the 7th, Chris Capuano with the Dodgers leading 3-1.
Yeah, and the reason they're where they're at because of their starting pitching. Evidenced again today, Capuano doing a great job.
James Loney 0 for 2. Struck out and grounded out to the first baseman Pujols. Dodgers scored 2 runs in the first on 1 hit and 2 errors. They added a run in the 6th following the Gordon leadoff triple. But in between, Santana retired 13 in a row.
Well, it's really been the D. Gordon show. Getting on base, running the bases, stealing bases, out in the infield, making some excellent plays. Saved a run on a ground ball up the middle by Trout. And then this is what the organization sees. They see the talent, the way he can impact a game. But then there's also been games where he doesn't play well. He's inconsistent.
Loney pops it up, shallow left. The shortstop, Ibar, makes the catch for out number 1. Loney is 0 for 3. Time now for the Just for Men Auto Stop foolproof stat. 13 combined strikeouts, 9 for Santana, and 4 for Capuano. Just as today's starting pitchers can count on strikeouts, you can count on Just for Men Auto Stop for foolproof results.
Shoot, we should have got a shot of the shadows, too.
Absolutely.
Get a little Just for Men, huh? Shadow, Just for Men. There you go.
Marty Aronoff, our statistician, reminds us 13 strikeouts and no walks in the game. Herrera looking to bunt his way on. And he dives in, but is beaten by the Kendrick toss. Here comes Don Mattingly.
Yeah, I haven't seen a replay, but looking at it from up here, I think C.B. Buckner missed that. But Herrera got his hand in there. Oh, my goodness. Now, the only argument would be that his hand hit Pujols' foot, but definitely comes across the bag before it gets to the foot. CB just missed that. Good hustle by Herrera. Take one more look. You see that? He easily beats it.
Juan Uribe has struck out twice. Base empty, 2 outs.
Man, that is a nasty breaking ball. And Santana has been outstanding today. Keeping the Dodgers off balance. Look in that strike zone. You know, this is a guy that has given up 18 home runs. He's had 16 swing and misses today.
Foul ball lands just above our broadcast booth. We got one off the bat of Pujols here. Mark Gubas and I worked in the game opening weekend. Pujols fouled one back right into the broadcast booth.
Did you catch that, or did you pick it up after it stopped moving?
The latter. Caught it on about 6 bounces. Two and 2 on Uribe. 2 outs, top of the 7th inning. Dodgers lead the Angels 3-1.
I believe that slider curveball is coming.
Uribe gets the bat on it. Santana quickly off the mound. It is 7th inning stretch time here in Anaheim. TV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. And by the all-new Mazda CX-5 with 35 highway MPG. Bottom of the 7th inning here in Anaheim. Dodgers with a 3-1 lead over the Angels. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Dodgers. 1 run, 6 hits for the Angels as Howie Kendrick leads off against the 33-year-old left-hander out of Duke University, Chris Capuano. Kendrick doubled, came around to score the Angels' only run his last time up back in the 5th inning.
And one of the reasons Capuano has been so effective today, 18 of 24 first pitch strikes. Been able to work ahead, been able to expand that play.
Up the middle. A leadoff single for Kendrick here in the bottom of the 7th. So making 5 straight innings. The Angels leadoff man has reached base.
Josh Lindblom up again.
Lycera's Turris 0 for 2. To his Turris, in for strike 1. Kendrick takes his lead off first. No outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. 1-1 to his Turris. Bounce foul off to the right side. Well, the stars align for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game as the best of the American League take on the National League's top players. Don't miss the action. Tuesday, July 10th from Kansas City at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, right here on Fox. The All-Star Game was in this stadium 2 years ago. Brian McCann of the Atlanta Braves named the most valuable player as his Turris lines out to Rivera and left, 1 away. So now Eric Ibar, who has 2 base hits off the gloves of infielders, drove in a run back in the 5th inning. Angels Eric with a man on base today, just 2 hits in 14 at-bats.
Well, this is a good opportunity for Mike Scioscia to put a runner in motion, get the infield defense moving around.
Ibar takes strike 1. Angels won 2 of 3 at Dodger Stadium just over a week ago. Angels won the series opener here last night 8-5, erasing a 5-0 deficit. Kendrick, a leadoff single. Ball 1 to Ibar, now 1-1.
Capuano looking for the double plays, already been able to escape a few jams with some help from his infielders.
A 3-1 on Ibarn. And thrown it the third time in this game. Capuano has gone to a 3-ball count.
Yeah, watch what he does here following this pitch. Like almost like the right leg gives a little bit. Goes down. Pitching coach Rick Honeycutt paying close attention.
Right field, Ethier, 2 out.
That's a nice catch by Ethier because he's got the sun, it's low, it's angling back towards him. You know how difficult it is sometimes out there on the field to catch a ball. And you think watching, you go, oh yeah, the guy caught it, it was a routine out, but you have the shadows, you lose it in the sun, maybe in the stands as well. Sometimes you wonder, how the heck did I just catch that? See Don Mattingly having a discussion. Capuano's given up 3 line drives, he said. Base hit to Kendrick. His tourist lined out to Rivera, and Ibar hit a rocket to right. It's not like he's fooling a lot of people right now. Capuano doesn't want to come out. And he talked him out of it. Not coming with you, Donnie. You know, and as a manager right now, you've got to give your starter leverage like that. This is a guy that's been there for you all year long. He's answered the bell, has pitched well. If he tells you he can get him, go back to the dugout alone.
So with 2 outs and a runner on first, Capuano will face the number 9 hitter, the catcher, John Hester out of Stanford University. Spent 2 seasons with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Started this season in the Orioles system. 1 for 2 in today's game. Shallow center, Herrera coming on, and he makes the catch to retire the side. We move to the 8th before a sellout crowd of over 44,000 in Anaheim. by Budweiser. Top of the 8th inning from Angel Stadium as A.J. Ellis takes high and tight from Irvin Santana. Ball 1. Here's Chris Capuano. He's gone 7 for the Dodgers. Looking for win number 9. On the ground to the shortstop, Ibar. Ellis is retired. Time now for Better, Stronger, Smarter. D. Gordon, the better one today, brought to you by Mazda. Better, Stronger, Smarter.
Well, he set the tone for the ball game right in the first inning. Gets down to first base, steals the bag, gets over, scores a first run. It's a great double play right there. Saves a run with Mike Trout hitting the ball up the middle. And he started a few double plays. Hit that triple. And this is the thing. This guy has all the talent in the world. And granted, he is young. It's still frustrating at times.
Tremendous all-around game. He grounds out to the second baseman Kendrick for out number 2.
You talk about tremendous all-around game. How about the pitcher right there? Well, Santana has been outstanding, and really it should be a one-run ball game. Should not have had to give up the run where D. Gordon scored. Albert Pujols getting anxious, trying to throw a guy out at third. You see 107 pitches. He had to throw an extra 13 pitches because Pujols didn't take that out.
He's coming off a complete game, 1-hit shutout of the Diamondbacks on Saturday. Prior to that, he allowed 7 earned runs in back-to-back starts. He won one of those 2 games in Colorado. But he has been tremendous against the Dodgers today, retiring 13 in a row at one point. He has 9 strikeouts, 1 shy of his season high, 2 shy of his career high. But trails 3-1. 44,512 in attendance. 5th sellout here this season, 2nd in a row. Last night, the largest regular season crowd since the ballpark was reconfigured. And that is strikeout number 10 for Santana. He retires the Dodgers in order in the 8th. Mike Trout leading off when we come back. Presented by Budweiser and sponsored by the 2012 Ford F-150, built Ford tough. And by the makers of One A Day Men's, the official multivitamin of Major League Baseball. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Angels Stadium. Dodgers lead the Angels 3-1. Chris Capuano, the Dodgers starter, went 7 innings, allowed only 1 run on 7 hits. He is replaced by the 29-year-old right-hander Ronald Bellisario, making his 23rd appearance of the season.
Yeah, Bellisario has been great for the Dodgers this year. Now, this is a guy that they didn't even count on. They didn't know what he was going to be like. He was out for last year, had some issues off the field. Now, you watch his ball move. That's his fastball right there. You see that thing darting in, it darts away. Now, hitters just do not square up the ball against him. And I'll say it, I think he's a candidate for the All-Star team. And the reason I say that, you're trying to win a game because it counts as far as who gets home field advantage. You know, why do you put a starter on the staff and then ask him to fill a role that he hasn't been accustomed to doing throughout the season? Why not put a reliever on the staff, somebody that warms up in the middle of the game, comes in and gets an out? That's nasty.
2-2 now on Trout. Bellisario, an earned run average of 1.21 over his first 22 appearances. He's allowed just 1 hit over his last 9 innings pitched.
Yeah, only giving up 2 extra base hits this year. Has the lowest batting average against the balls in play.
A bloop single off the bat of Trout to lead things off for the Angels here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Trout extends his hitting streak to 6 games. And the leadoff man is on for the Angels for the 6th consecutive inning.
This ball just finds a hole. It's not hit hard. And as I said, Bellisario has a tendency to miss the barrel of the bat. I'm sure he's down there talking to James Lowe. He said, I have no idea how I hit that. None.
Torrey Hunter 0 for 3. Takes a called strike, 0-1. He has struck out twice and was robbed of a home run by the center fielder Herrera back in the 5th inning.
Trout has to run at some point here with Bellisario on the mound, just because it's difficult to receive the ball if you're a catcher.
There he goes. He is in with his 20th steal in 50 games.
Hairston must have gotten spiked. Again, this is just difficult for A.J. Ellis, the catcher, because the ball moves so much. Actually, it doesn't look like he got spiked or anything. Hairston's behind the bag. Just kind of falls awkwardly. Looks like it's a knee issue. Don Mattingly telling us before the game that he's really had to spend a lot of time trying to figure out who plays what day, trying to match guys up against certain pitchers, trying to figure out how it's going to impact the following day's game. It's not like he can run guys out. He's got an option, but these options, they have to play a day, they have to rest a day. You can't just run them out there every day. Hairston's one of those guys.
Hairston missed 16 games earlier this season with a left hamstring strain. He will hang in there. 1-1 to Hunter, now 1-2. Mike Trout, a leadoff single, and then his leading 20th stolen base. Nobody out, bottom of the 8th inning in Anaheim. 2-2 from Bellisario.
And if you're the Dodgers, you have to recognize Trout at second base, but you can't worry about it. You've got a 2-run lead. You don't want the infield moving all over the place, creating holes for Torrey Hunter. And the guy at the plate is the important out.
Bellisario on the relief of Chris Capuano, who allowed 1 run in 7 innings through 96 pitches. Trout takes his lead off second. 2-2 to Hunter, a swing and a miss. He strikes out for the 3rd time today. And the Angels are now 2 for 17 with a man on base.
Again, I just talked about the movement on the pitches thrown by Bellisario. And it's not movement at 86 or 87. It's movement at 94, 95. It's a heavy ball. And as a hitter, if you don't hit that thing right on the barrel, it literally wrings your hands.
So here's Pujols, who has 2 hits in the game. He is 0 for 1 lifetime against Bellisario. Fastball high and tight, ball 1.
Well, this is what the Angels envisioned at the beginning of the year. Pujols coming to the plate late in the game. The chance to tie with 1 swing of the bat.
Broken bat, ground ball to the shortstop, Gordon. Trout advancing to 3rd as Pujols is retired for the 1st time today.
As I've said, Bellisario continues to miss the barrel of the bat. Just can't square this guy up.
So now with 2 outs and Trout at 3rd, it's Mark Trumbo, who is 0 for 3. Came in 4th in the league in batting average, 8th in home runs, 7th in runs batted in. Takes inside, ball 1. Trumbo facing Bellisario for the 1st time. Dodgers lead 3-1. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. The 1-1 for Bellisario. Right back to the box. Bellisario fumbles it. Recovers, low throw. The retired Trumbo. So we head to the 9th with the Dodgers out on top by 2. Back to Fox Baseball Night in America, presented by Budweiser. On a beautiful Saturday evening in Anaheim, second game of this weekend series, the Freeway Series, Dodgers and Angels.
Yeah, we've seen some great pitching today. Dee Gordon has had a phenomenal day, doing it at the plate, on the base paths, out in the field. Because of that effort, Dodgers lead 3-1. Still one more inning to go, at least.
And to pitch the ninth for the Angels, the 37-year-old left-hander Hisanori Takahashi pitched the sixth inning last night. Had some hip issues, but Mike Sosa told us before the game he is okay. And here he is to face the heart of the Dodgers order. Andre Ethier 1 for 3, an infield single back in the sixth inning.
Well, I think he gets the two left-handers, Ethier and Abreu. Rivera will not see Takahashi.
Takahashi on a relief of Urban Santana, who was terrific. Allowed 2 earned runs, 3 runs in all, and only 4 hits in 8 innings. No walks, 10 strikeouts through 111 pitches, and retired the side in order in 6 of the 8 innings he pitched. Retired 13 consecutive Dodgers at one point between the first and fifth innings.
Yeah, very similar to what he was doing at the beginning of the year, especially not receiving any run support. If you're Mike Butcher of the Angels, a pitching coach, gotta like what he's done.
Ethier did not go around, says the crew chief Dale Scott.
There's Mike Butcher, the pitching coach. Done a great job.
Angels lead the American League in earned run average. They have a league-leading 10 shutouts, 5 complete games. Ethier down on strikes.
Fastball away. You see Andre just trying to flick it. Not much he can do.
So with one away, here's Bobby Abreu, 0 for 3 in the game. Outstanding job by our entire crew here in Anaheim, led by producer Brad Zager, director Mitch Riggin, technical director Rick Tugman, the associate director Jake Jolivet, broadcast associate Paul Marlborough. As Takahashi delivers to his former teammate Bobby Abreu, who takes ball 1. The executive producers of the pregame show, Don Bowie and Mike Santini. The producer, Ethan Kleinberg. The director, Mark Deaver. Marty Aronoff crunching the numbers along with Jason Thornberry. Dodgers scored 2 runs on only 1 hit in the first inning. Errors allowing both Dodger runs to score. One committed by the first baseman Pujols, the other by the third baseman is Turris. Angels scored their run at the bottom of the 5th. And then the Dodgers, thanks to the speed of Dee Gordon, adding a 3rd run at the top of the 6th inning. This is Kendrick. 2 away. So let's see if Mike Sosa will leave Takahashi in to face Juan Rivera.
He's going to let him throw to him. A bit surprised.
The Angels know Rivera well. He has never faced Takahashi in his career. Rivera 0 for 3, grounded into a double play his last time up. Swings at the first pitch. Popped up to the right side. Pujols in foul territory. He's got it. A 1-2-3 ninth for Takahashi. There's Stanley Jansen in the Dodgers pen. Morales, Kendrick is Turris, 2 up. King, smooth play of the game. There's Elian Herrera. We take you back to the bottom of the 5th inning.
And Torrey Hunter thought he got him, had the little bat flip there. Could have been a 3-run shot. You see Herrera grabs it. Here's Capuano excited about that play, but really the game changer.
As we mentioned back then, Torrey Hunter.
Yeah, I didn't want to steal that from you, Kenny. I'll let you do that again.
Thank you very much. As Tony Gwynn Jr. enters the game to play center field, Herrera moves to left. And Kenley Jansen with 11 saves this season to try and close things out for the Dodgers, who have lost 4 in a row. Kendrys Morales leads off. He is 0 for 3, grounded into a double play his last time up. And he takes a called strike. 0 for 1 lifetime against Jansen.
Yeah, just not a lot of fun if you're the Angels. You have to face Bellisario, who came in and chewed up 2 bats, Pujols and Trumbo. And then now you get the big man coming in, throwing about 94.
Missing inside, 1-1. Angels coming into this game had scored 26 runs over their last 3. Only 1 so far today. Ball, 2-strike count. Kendrys Morales leading things off for the Angels. Here in the bottom of the 9th. Leadoff man has reached base for the Angels, Eric, in each of the last 6 innings, but they've managed only 1 run.
Yeah, a couple double plays, some strong Dodger pitching.
Another foul back to the screen. Freeway Series interleague play. We can't let this telecast come to an end without mentioning your 2-home run, 5 RBI game in this ballpark back in July of 1999. Cadwin.
To be honest with you, I don't know. That was a Troy Percival. Did I get a hold of him there?
Sparks and Asagawa.
Oh.
A 13-3 Dodger victory.
Those were the days, Kenny.
I guess it was memorable. Here's the 1-2. Morales gets a piece of it. Eight career home runs for you against the Angels in 35 games.
Good times here. Didn't have a lot of success. Angels always strong ball clubs. They seem to give us trouble. Real important to keep this leadoff guy out. You just don't want to have one swing of the bat tie the ball game.
Did Morales go around? He did. Says Dale Scott, one away.
Just couldn't hold up. Fastball up and away. See Morales, it does go.
One down. Here's Howie Kendrick, who has 2 of the 8 Angels hits. Strike 1. Thanks in part to those 2 home runs you hit here in July of 1999. Coming up this Thursday at Dodger Stadium, it'll be Eric Karros' bobblehead night when the Dodgers host the Mets.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Nice recognition there.
Following the last Dodger bobblehead night just 11 days ago with the Angels up at Dodger Stadium. It was Mike's social bobblehead night.
Yep, they had a full crowd there. Mike, one of the great players in Dodger history. Still wonder how he ever got away from the Dodger organization.
A slow roller, fielded by Jansen. He fires to first to retire Kendrick. And the Dodgers are 1 out away from raising their record on Saturdays this season to 11-1.
Yeah, Jansen doing a nice job of not panicking. He gets over there, fields it. He's got a good, strong arm. Throws him out easily.
The former catcher, Kenley Jansen, has retired the first 2 Angels here in the bottom of the 9th. Angels' final hope is Myceres Turris. He is 0 for 3. 8-5 Angels last night. Dodgers lead 3-1. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. Ball 1.
The Dodgers on the verge here of a victory. Really needed it. They haven't been playing well. The Giants have been closing the gap. Arizona has snuck right back into the picture. You know, for the Angels, they just ran into some real good pitching. Got a great effort from Santana.
Angels with a loss today will not lose ground. The Texas Rangers 7-game win streak came to an end. An 11-7 loss to the Rockies.
There he is, Matt Kemp. Dodgers can't wait to get him back.
Hopes to be back in time to take part in the All-Star Game July 10th on Fox. Five pitchers in the game. How about this? There have been 17 strikeouts, no walks.
It's been a very well-pitched ball game. As I said, I think the shadows played a part in this, especially in the first couple of innings. Again, Capuano, outstanding. Irvin Santana, just as good.
Santana struck out 10 in 8 innings. Bounce to the right side. Hairston has it. Throws to first. And the Dodgers in game 2 of this three-way series. They defeat the Angels by the score of 3-1. Chris Capuano wins for the 9th time this season. Irvin Santana, the tough luck loser, he drops to 4-8. Save number 12 for Kenley Jansen. For Eric Karros and our entire crew, Kenny Albert saying so long from Anaheim. Baseball Night in America continues from our MLB Network studios after these messages.